matchups are Stephen Dumang and Kevin Quinn. And I am your ring announcer, proudly representing Beyond Wrestling. My name is Rich Palladino. Thank you guys. Help me out. The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
New England Mania. We are here live. Showing their love and appreciation for Dave Cole, and he is soaking it in as he knows this is his last time. So let's go to Rich Palladino for the introduction.
Introducing first in the corner to my right, from New Bedford, Massachusetts, weighing in at 175 pounds, the almighty Anthony Stone! His opponent in the corner to my left competes in his final Beyond Wrestling match for now. Hailing from Shelton, Connecticut, weighing in at 195 pounds, the psychedelic warrior, Dave Cole!
And like you said, he is a guy who is an artist. He wears his heart on his sleeve, if you will. So it's going to be interesting to see how much more exaggerated that is in this situation, given he knows this is his final time here tonight, and if that's going to come into play in the outcome.
He's going to want to hang on to that tie-dye poncho, though. That's going to play well in Denver.
Oh, that's going to be huge in Denver.
All right, show of respect here. Longtime friends and rivals.
Absolutely. I believe a 3 out of 5 match was in their past.
I think Beyond just put that up for free online, too. I think you can check it out.
Well, speaking of free, I know you're watching right now for free either on the Beyond Wrestling YouTube or Independent Wrestling Facebook page, but go to Powerbomb TV, use WWR Pro as a promo code for 20 days free for new subscribers, and you'll get to see WWR Facelift at 4:30, where Veda Scott makes her in-ring return. But right now, Dave Cole and Anthony Stone in a lockup.
Competitive grappling here. But pretty evenly matched, going back and forth. Again, these two know each other so well.
Now Stone, looked like he had the advantage for a second. Cole turned it around. See if we get a clean break here as referee Kevin Quinn interjects himself.
Oh!
No, Dave Cole taking it to Anthony Stone one more time. That wasn't dirty, but it wasn't clean either.
It's a very aggressive headlock.
Yes. He's letting Anthony Stone know that if he's going to go out, he is going to go out with a bang here. As they're back to grappling early, this crowd enjoys and takes in the scene here. Electric Haze here for New England Mania in our opener.
And Dave Cole with the obvious size and height advantage, but you know, Anthony's used to that. He is smaller than most of the competitors he wrestles, but he's wily. He's wily.
He's wily, and he's very used to having that disadvantage in pretty much every match he's ever been in, so he knows how to work around that.
Smooth transitions here.
Nice headlock takeover. Right into the head scissors. Kip up, and now we have a standoff. Outstanding display from both men early here, as neither men can get the advantage.
Yeah, it's been a while, Stone. It's been a small while. I can still go. I know you can. I think I can go.
Now jawing back and forth. Hey, Dave Cole. Now that's dirty.
Well, you know, I guess he figures if he's on his way out, he's gonna try to get a win by any means necessary. Ooh,
nice
rebound kick.
Stone charges to the floor. Oh, Cole going down face first. Now Anthony Stone playing runaround here. Teases that dive, but doesn't do it. Dave Cole out of the way. Anthony Stone knowing a little better. Now a little bit of mind games here from Stone after that kick to the gut earlier that he wasn't expecting. Well, speaking of a kick, there's one to Stone's face. Nice takeover, pin. 2 count only.
And again, it's not been cheating per se, but it's definitely taking advantage of the goodwill of Anthony Stone, who I think expected this to be maybe a bit more of a fair contest.
As someone who takes advantage from time to time, Veda, you know the benefits of that very well.
I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Oh, no. Dumping him to the outside.
Stone to the floor. Here's Cole, and he flies with the big dive. The psychedelic warrior takes to the air, taking Anthony Stone down. And now Dave Cole, I believe, is exactly where he wants to be.
And that was a 1-2 punch for Anthony Stone. He got dumped out of the ring. He didn't have a chance to recover before he had to catch that tope. Drove him right down to the ground, and he is reeling.
If you like what you see here, hit social media, let people know.
Ooh, wow.
And Stone with a beautiful show of athleticism to get to the top rope.
He uses his own momentum so effectively.
Teases that dive.
Oh!
Beautiful splash. Variation of Rolling Thunder there from the top rope. Very innovative.
He anticipated that Dave Cole would try to get out of the ring. He's able to use that against him. Very smart.
And that's that momentum he was using like you were talking about earlier. He can do it in any situation as he showed there. Here we go, going for that bulldog, maybe, no, crotched against that second turnbuckle.
A little too much momentum there.
Oh, kick to the back of the head, most dangerous place to be hit.
Low trio woe.
And now Stone caught up in that rope.
Oh no.
Maybe a double stomp. Oh, wow.
To the face.
Anthony Stone might be unconscious. Dave Cole making that cover. No. Not even 2.9, that was 2.0 he kicked that. Anthony Stone still fighting.
That has to be all reflex at this point.
Yeah, there has to be an instinct at play there. I don't even know if he knows where he is right now.
Just stay down.
And Dave Cole looking for one big win before he hits the road to Denver full time.
Yeah.
Double underhook.
No.
Nope, Anthony Stone blocks. Dave Cole still trying his best to get that through.
Whoa!
Cover.
Sends him over.
No, Stone with a reversal. No. Now we're going back and forth, round and round. Oh,
Pele
wow.
kick.
Outstanding Pele kick on target. But speaking of on target, Stone goes around like a top, spinning as he hits the ground. Now he's gonna go for that double underhook.
Oh!
Sit out power bomb. No! When you're in a situation like this as a competitor and you don't even know what's going on, Veda, how do you even recover from this?
At this point, he just has to hope that Dave Cole makes a mistake. I mean, he's been battered here. He just has to hope that there's an opening for him. And that's what he's been working with this whole time. It's just a small opening.
And now Dave Cole gonna go up to the top rope.
Got him by the hair, got him by the beard. I almost said face hair, but it's beard. Beard is the word.
Gonna go for that double underhook sit-out powerbomb from up top.
This is deadly. Of course, Anthony Stone is gonna fight this.
Stone still fighting away, picking away, trying to get out of this precarious position.
Oh!
Wow! Big drop kick to the sternum. And what's he gonna follow it up with? Getting ahead of steam. Going. Nope, stop. Looked like he was gonna go for a Spanish fly there.
Right, it got stopped.
Come on, guys, let's go, work it down.
And again, targeting the upper back, the neck area of Stone.
Dangerous.
Hurricane Rana, huge from the top. And Anthony Stone quickly moving to finish it off.
Gotta take advantage of this. Oh!
Went for that splash, caught. Whoa, got him with a small package.
Oh!
No. Cole smartly seeing the situation he was in, capitalizing, but not being able to finish it off. And for a final time here in Beyond Wrestling, this is a hell of a display.
Caught him with that boot.
Stone going to that top where he can be very dangerous. Now just following up with simple knees. Goes for that code breaker. Not able to get it. Sunset flip, no, countered. He got him. A big farewell for Dave Cole with a win.
Here is your winner, the Psychedelic Warrior, Dave Cole.
And it looked like Anthony Stone was gonna pull it out, but I think Dave Cole was just one step ahead of him this time.
He was one step ahead. And on behalf of everybody who's ever watched Beyond Wrestling, I think we can all agree that that was a fantastic way to go out. And we want to thank him very much for all of his efforts over the years.
You know why? Because I love you. And I respect you. I feel like a winner, and you gave me the chance to perform in front of you for 10 plus years. This is a huge part of my life. Whether you know me, whether you don't, this is my passion. My paint is on this ring. My soul is in this ring. And I just want to thank you and let you know that this isn't the end. This isn't goodbye. This is just see you later. Woo! Beyond is in fucking great hands, and I expect everybody to support like always, so when I come back it's even bigger than ever.
And a fantastic farewell from Dave Cole, saying that Beyond's in good hands, and I couldn't agree more. For those that don't know, he's done a lot outside of the ring as opposed to in it. Well, he's done a lot in it too. I shouldn't say as opposed to, but
Right, but he's literally left his mark on Beyond Wrestling. On the canvas itself, not just right now, but he's the creator of many of those iconic canvases that we've seen. So yes, he definitely will be missed. But I assume we will see him again because
I hope so.
All right, and now we are moving on. That was just the first match of the pre-show.
All right, Dave Cole moving to Colorado, so we wish Dave nothing but the best. And he has been beyond original since the beginning. So he and Anthony Stone, big round of applause for both competitors. So for everybody watching right now at home on Powerbomb TV, you're getting this New England Mania card for free, and we've got 3 more matches as part of this Mania. You guys are going to love every minute of it. What you want to do, though, subscribe to Powerbomb TV. We'll give you a free 20-day trial. You use the promo code WWRPRO. Again, that's WWRPRO. That's your promo code to start your 20-day free trial. Why WWR? Because Beyond Wrestling is the precursor to today's facelift presented by Women's Wrestling Revolution. That is coming up live today on PowerOn TV. Again, use the promo code WWR Pro. You get a free 20-day trial. I don't think I get to say this too much today, but the following contest is a fucking tag team match, and it's scheduled for one fall.
New England Mania, we are here live. And
Introducing team number 1 to my left, from the great state of Maine. At a total combined weight of 374 pounds, Danger Kid and Aiden Agro, the defenders of the Great North, the Maine State Posse.
Got a lot of love for Maine here.
Maine's an interesting place, that's all I'll say.
Their opponents directly in front of me, fighting out of the Secret City, representing Murder Mass, at a total combined weight of 386 pounds, the Heat Chris Pyro, the Highlight TV Cash, the Hoodz!
Maine and Murder Mass, two very, very different places, two very different teams, but two teams with something to prove and something to show here at this New England Mania card. Of course, stay tuned, 4:30. We're going to have WWR Facelift, the best in women's professional wrestling. This is just a taste as the Maine State Posse tries to get the jump on the Hoodz. But those are two guys you will never, ever get the jump on. Maine State Posse returns the favor with running forearms.
And another.
We might just have running forearms back and forth all night here. Wow. Danger Kid go behind on Chris Pyro. Trying to lift him up maybe for a German, can't get it. Targets that lower back. Pyro out of harm's way for now.
It was a tag. I know Pyro knows it.
Irish whip. Ducks the the clothesline. Enziguri from Agro in the follow-up. Drop kick from Danger Kid. And Agro with the senton. Outstanding double team maneuver there from the Maine State Posse.
Right, very cohesive tag team wrestling in this very New England Mania themed match.
Absolutely. Two of the best in New England. More double team moves.
Ooh, back senton.
Double senton there. piggyback senton? Is that what we're calling it?
I called it a backpack senton, but honestly, any of those work.
Either way, Danger Kid in control here.
Danger Kid was too busy sharpening his axe to give me move name notes for this particular match. And there's a tag here for the Hoodz.
Let's go, Pyro. Tag with me. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Pyro. Let's go.
Oh! Very, very cohesive for this team as well. These are two well-oiled machines when it comes to tag wrestling.
Danger Kid firing away at Davey Cash. And here comes Chris Pyro to interject. He's cut off right away, but not for long. Double team neck breaker. Danger Kid eats the mat. Cover.
Very close. And you know, well, it says a lot these days to really commit to tag wrestling, and that's what both of these teams have done. They fly their craft as a team. I mean, I rarely see any of these women in singles encounters. You know, they work as a team, they train as a team, and they're out there. That's why they're so well polished as teams. And that's something that you don't necessarily see so much anymore. But in New England especially, tag team wrestling is very much alive.
Very much alive and very much so in Beyond Wrestling. A number of teams that have gone on to great success in other places, but this is where they start, this is where they grow, this is where they become great. Maine State Posse trying to do the same.
There's a tag.
As both teams make tags, Aiden Agro ends up taking out Davey Cash, but Chris Pyro right there to follow up.
Cartwheels out of the way.
Outstanding show of athleticism, but Agro runs into a boot as Davey Cash hits the second rope.
Whoa!
Great strength by
Wasn't expecting
Agro.
that.
Here's the follow-up.
Oh!
Wow, great Uranagi with the swing.
Deceptively strong aggro. That's his new nickname.
Only able to get the 2 count there, as this has been very, very high-paced. Great high-speed action. I don't know about putting the Pyro in his own corner here, as Davey Cash is right there. Wow! Great veteran maneuver there by Cash on the floor, and that's the rookie mistake by bringing them into their own corner.
Right, they were so focused on that double team that they didn't see what was happening. Oh!
Double power bomb, signature maneuver from the Hoodz, and there's another one with the double super kick. That could be it. They've put away many teams with that, but Danger Kid right there with the save.
They're able to break that up right at the last second.
And now things are breaking down here in a hurry. Referee Stephen Dumang letting it go, showing some leeway here. Why not? Let these two teams go at it.
Oh!
Oh, double forearm. Now they're both staggering, but they're able to regain their bearings quickly. There's so much action here, I can't even call it.
Aggro on the apron, boot to the back of the head.
Fireman's carry, this is dangerous.
Oh!
Right,
DVD on the apron.
right down on that apron. Now we have Cash and Aggro in the ring going at it. Davey Cash with the charge, misses with the clothesline, runs into the Enziguri in the corner, and now we're gonna see some double team maneuvering that they were trying earlier. Backcracker, senton combination.
This could be it.
Aggro brings him closer to the center, and he is able to get the cover. Cash tried his best to get the ropes. The Maine State Posse with a huge win.
Huge win and big statement.
Danger Kid and Aiden Agro, the Maine State Posse.
As I was saying, a huge statement made by the Maine State Posse. They didn't just beat one of the longest tenured teams in New England, it's one of the longest tenured teams in Beyond Wrestling. If this is where they want to be, then that's a pretty good start.
Great showing by these two young men from Maine. They have a bright future, and that was clearly on display here tonight at New England Mania. Of course, you're watching on Beyond Wrestling's YouTube or the Independent Wrestling Facebook page. Use promo code WWRPRO, 20 days free for new subscribers. And if you like this is just the beginning. We're just starting things here today.
All right, we got more New England Mania coming up, but I want to tell everybody here in attendance, everybody watching right now, Beyond Wrestling returns to East Greenwich, Rhode Island on Sunday, September 16th, with a free show at 1 p.m. and it will be Feast Championship Wrestling from the Feast Sandwich Company in East Greenwich, Rhode Island. We cannot go to a sandwich place without bringing Ring of Honor superstar Cheeseburger to Feast Championship Wrestling, as well as the return of the King of Dong Style, Joey Ryan. Also appearing in East Greenwich, Rhode Island at 1 p.m. on Sunday, September 16th will be the King of Small Style, Swoggle. And last but certainly not least, returning to East Greenwich will be Colt Boom Boom Cabana. All that and so much more, part of an exciting double-header of Beyond Wrestling action. Feast Championship Wrestling, 1 p.m. Sunday, September 16th. And the following contest is scheduled for one fall.
New England Mania keeps on rolling here. Let's see what Rich has to say.
Introducing first in the corner to my right, accompanied to ringside by his weighing in at 196 pounds, the leader of the fanny pack, retrosexual AG, Anthony Greene.
I'm still trying to figure out where Danger Town is.
I've honestly never been there. Oh no, that was rude.
Josh Briggs doesn't like the Judy, I guess. Hates the Judy. Disrespectful, and I think the Worcester crowd loves the Judy.
Chances are he doesn't like you, Josh Briggs.
And Briggs not playing around, not playing games here. Josh Briggs and Anthony Greene know each other very, very well. They have traveled the roads together here in New England, but ever since Anthony Greene became the retrosexual, there's been a little tension between them. So I think we're going to see that on display.
It's pre-honey. Honestly, maybe the honeys took up the seats in the car. I don't know.
Maybe.
But you're right. There's a lot of history there. And I think when you look at a guy like Josh Briggs, who's becoming just more and more serious and angry as his career escalates, and Anthony Greene is seeing success, but by going in completely the other direction in terms of more and more personality. And you know, Josh Briggs is not really a man who messes around. I think that almost insults him a little bit.
Yeah, Anthony Greene trying to play mind games here. Maybe he knows that the best way to beat Josh Briggs is to get in his head, because Briggs is becoming way more serious, but this looks like a little hijinks. As Briggs welcomes him back in the ring in any way he can.
It's the wrestling in the Zubaz part that I have the most questions about.
Well, he is a Zubaz sponsored athlete, so you have to show company pride there, I suppose. Briggs whips him into the ropes, duck down, up and over, impressive from the big man. And Anthony Greene going for a full Nelson, and big fan of Naughty by Nature and OPP, I think, as he goes hey and ho. Cartwheel with the Zubaz and Naughty by Nature. I don't know what kind of game plan this is.
Like, these antics are not necessarily the way to endear yourself to Josh Briggs, but Anthony Greene, he had that scouted.
Roll up and over, off the ropes, ducks the clothesline. Whoa.
Whoa.
That is some athleticism with the arm drag, and Briggs a little thrown off, but not for long. What?
Oh!
Okay, well.
That's one question answered.
He got rid of the Zubaz. And I don't think Briggs is very appreciative of that, as he gives him a right hand to the chin. And we're going to see a return. I thought Josh Briggs...
There's one guy in the back who was doing along with him. He's a big Josh Briggs antics fan.
I thought Josh Briggs liked death metal, but clearly he likes Naughty by Nature as well.
No.
As he throws the Zubaz right at one of the honeys. And now Briggs is going to work. I think he's had his fill of fun for now.
That's always the danger with those shenanigans that Anthony Greene was trying to pull off in the beginning of the match. It worked for a while. Very, very impressive. But you got to be able to follow it up. And finally, Josh Briggs had enough.
Briggs going round and round and dropping Anthony Greene straight down on his back. And only a 1 count. And despite the hijinks that you see here in the ring from Anthony Greene, very, very well-trained, well-traveled veteran at such a young age, got his start in the business very early, and trained by Brian Fury, so you know he's got the basics and the fundamentals down.
A honey is in the way.
As she gets in the ring to stop Josh Briggs, touching his chest. I don't think Briggs cares for that much.
Oh no!
As he's gonna drop her too, and throws the honey into a cutter into Anthony Greene. Talk about innovation.
I think she's sorry.
That's gonna be an awkward car ride home. As Josh Briggs tells AG he doesn't like him with a boot to the face.
Well, no, clearly Greene is in trouble right here, but what you were saying is exactly right. When we've seen this personality shift for AG, the reason it's been working so well for him is because he is so well trained, because he is so skilled.
Goes for that cutter off the second. He's beaten a lot of opponents with that, but he follows it up, going to the top rope. Wow, great balance and a high cross body from Anthony Greene, and that is that display and that skill that I was talking about.
But that is very telling. As you said, he's beaten many people with that springboard cutter. He didn't even go for a pin. He knew it wouldn't be enough for Josh Briggs. He had to go for something else. So he's definitely got him. AG is taking this match very seriously, even if his presentation is not necessarily the most serious. And again, that's why this is working. Oh.
Briggs to his feet and with a forearm rattles AG, throws him off the ropes, up and down with the backbreaker, follows it up with the double underhook into another backbreaker, devastating cover.
No.
No.
And when you got a guy that's like 10 feet tall, the last thing you want to do is help him up to his feet.
Absolutely. If you like what you see here, promo code WWR Pro for 20 days free for new subscribers. WWR Facelift coming up at 4:30. But right now, Josh Briggs looking to follow it up, and Ava Everett on the outside getting involved. And that is a mistake. We saw what happened earlier. Are we going to see another version? Anthony Greene almost runs into her. Josh Briggs almost runs into her. And Anthony Greene showing no regard at all for his own honey, pushing Josh Briggs right into her, and this could be the opening he wanted. Super kick connects.
Sacrifice the honey. She seems like she's forgiven him.
Pop up, hey, he's got the ceiling. Oh, God, an M5 from hell. Kicks out. Wow!
So that didn't turn out exactly like AG thought it would, but it still wasn't enough to put him away.
He didn't connect fully. It wasn't a full M5, I stand corrected. AG able to kick out of that variation of a backbreaker, but Briggs not able to get his knees up fully. So that's why AG's still alive here. How can you possibly follow that up? Got the goozle. Tries that M5, no. Wow.
Pile driver.
Pile driver straight onto the neck. And that streak was almost over before it started.
Talk about retro, though. That was an old school pile driver by AG. Still not enough, though.
Absolutely. As clean as it gets, too, but Briggs still able to find his way out of it. And we've seen AG go up to the top for a 450 before. Is he going to try it again here?
There it is. No.
Lands on his feet, was able to adjust in midair, has the goozle, able to get it out. Pinning predicament. No, Briggs is up.
So close.
Oh, wow. Didn't get the chin like he wanted to on that knee, but M5.
There it is.
Thanks for coming, Retrosexual. But there is another win for Josh Briggs here at New England Mania.
So the streak is alive for Josh Briggs.
First it was Brody King, then it was the Retrosexual Anthony Greene. No shame for AG there as he put in a hell of a valiant effort. But Josh Briggs is where he is in independent wrestling for a reason. It's because he can pull out wins like that.
Right, but now he's got an even bigger target on his back. He's got this streak that he's bragging about, and someone is going to have to try to be the person to knock him down.
It's going to be interesting to see who is up next for Josh Briggs, but right now we're going to continue on here with New England Mania. You want to talk about the voice of New England, it's Rich Palladino, so let's go up and see what he has to say.
So, as I mentioned earlier, Sunday, September 16th, we got Feast Championship Wrestling from the Feast Sandwich Company at 1 p.m. Well, we got a little doubleheader going on because that night at 6 p.m., Beyond Wrestling returns to the Barnum Memorial Armory in East Greenwich with Somebody's Farewell, probably. Signed to appear the return of Filthy Tom Waller. have officially been signed, we will have one half of Team Pog, Jordan Grace, go one-on-one with the fucking machine, Brian Cage. And also signed, he's better than you and you know it, Maxwell Jacob Friedman goes one-on-one with the man, the king, Nick fucking Cage. All that and so much more. All that and so much more. Sunday, September 16th, 6 p.m. Somebody's farewell, probably from Beyond Wrestling. Guys, we've got one more New England Mania match for you. I want to remind everybody before we sign off, again, enter the promo code WWRPRO. You can start your free 20-day trial right now and check out Women's Wrestling Revolution Facelift this afternoon in your living room at 4:30 p.m. And the following contest is a 6-man tag team match scheduled for
Well, as Rich said, we have one more for you here at New England Mania, live on the Beyond Wrestling YouTube and Independent Wrestling Facebook pages. And if you want to talk about
not exactly the reception we wanted. Oh, shut up, you booze bags! Shut it. Tonight, today rather, you have the experience of a lifetime. So please silence yourselves and listen to every word I have to say. For you morons in Worcester who might be unfamiliar, I am flanked by the standard bearer of tag team wrestling in New England, Matt and Brian, the Logan brothers.
Well, he's not wrong.
And I am the mind, the mouth, and you damn right, the mullet behind it all. I am Chase Del Monte, and we are the Middle City Hooligans.
He's not wrong about that either. That is a great mullet.
And today, we're going to take on the best that Beyond has. And just like we have everywhere else, we will reign forever.
Very succinct and to the point. If you know Chase Del Monte, that's actually very brief for him. But he made the statement. This is the best Beyond has to offer, as this is a team, a very makeshift team, by the way. Oh boy. Oh boy. This could get dangerous.
So, we all know we've never seen me and these two gentlemen on a team. But next week we are going to win King of Trios Play the Team. Easy, big man, with your sweet 1999 Mike Piazza mullet.
That is a Mike Piazza mullet. He's right.
But I did some brainstorming and I came up with some ideas. Tonight, I would like to introduce to you Brian Milonas, Zagami, the dirty fucking daddy, triple fucking sex.
Triple bleeping sex.
Okay, so the name I'm confusing is the Chikara.
Yes.
However, in Beyond Wrestling, they apparently have another name that I am not personally going to say.
Yeah, that's he's gonna say more. I think. Chase Del Monte worried for the children here, and I don't blame him. Who
I
would
always
bring a
wanted to do this. I always wanted to do this. Come on. Like Bill's Lane. Let's get it out. Let's get it out.
Okay, well, Stephen Dumeng now Mills Lane. As Zagami in the ring, and they are jumped by the Mill City Hooligans, and they do that better than anyone in wrestling, quite frankly. Despite what Chase Del Monte might have to say, the guy can get it done in the ring. Zagami able to get Matt out of the way.
Trying to fight off three men here.
Brian out of the way. Tries the spinning head scissors, and now they're in a DDT position, and that didn't work out very well for the Hooligans. And I'm kind of glad Zagami's out of the ring. Well, he's not out of the ring yet, because he kind of creeps me out. Double team maneuver.
Ooh.
Boot from Dickinson, and clearly they are not on the same page here, despite the fact that they have an interesting name.
Well, like Chris Dickinson said, they've united to win King of Trios. I have a feeling this particular trio is not going to last much longer than that.
No, if it goes the way it's going here early, it may not last very long.
I mean, the goal is for them to at least make it to King of Trios next weekend as a unit.
Right, because if the Mill City Hooligans could get a win here, you never know. Shikara officials might see that and go, why do we need the Raiders of the Beyond when we can have the Mill City Hooligans? As the Kingpin in control here on Brian Logan. And as I mentioned, Brian and Matt have won the Chaotic Tag Team titles more times than I can even remember.
Whoa!
Big suplex from Kingpin. And Kingpin, he's been in the ring against these guys and with them many times. They know each other very, very well.
And Brian Milonas here, just no sense of urgency at all. He's just toying with him.
When you're that dominant of a human being, you can take your time wherever you want.
To the eyes.
And Brian Logan getting down and dirty, roll style.
Oh no.
But the Dirty Daddy firing back. Whipping to the corner, Chase Del Monte right there to attack the lower back of Dickinson. And Dickinson just continuing to fight his way out of trouble.
See, but that was interesting there. Chris Dickinson had an opening. He could have tagged one of his partners. He didn't, though. Yep. He decided to just keep, and now he's paying for it.
He's paying for it big time. DDT from Del Monte on the apron, and Dickinson in a heap on the floor.
And is that what we're going to see here with this makeshift trio? It's just three dudes who are not used to tagging with each other, who don't want to admit that they can't do it alone.
And now they're going to cut the ring off on Dickinson. They know how to do this better than almost anyone in the game. And if they can keep Dickinson in that corner, it's going to be a long day for the Dirty Daddy. But Dickinson continuing to fight, and instead of going for the tag, he's going to stand toe-to-toe with Matt. Oh, this is brutal. Jumps back and forth, back and forth.
And a DDT again.
Simple but effective.
I think he could have made that tag, but he chose not to. They're not used to tagging with each other. Chris Dickinson has a tag team partner. And you know, I think there's something to prove here for all three men, but then we have this very cohesive unit here on the other side of the ring.
Mill City Hooligans, dominant force in New England, and that Irish whip had some force behind it. Dickinson went down pretty hard on the mat there.
And you know, this seems like a small thing, but I'm going to point it out, particularly as a wrestler.
Wait, hold on, I have to cut you off. We're about to see the 5 Knuckles of Doom, I believe.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
No.
Oh, no.
That didn't work. And Del Monte is weaving, but the Logans intelligently cut Milonas and Zagami off as Del Monte still doesn't know where he is and just happens to fall on Dickinson.
Milonas is in there now. What I was going to say is, this might not seem like a big thing, but I'm going to point out as a wrestler, they have matching gear.
Yes.
You know, and like, that just shows the level of cohesion that they work together, that they've invested in themselves as a team and as a trio, and that they continue to work together. You said in Chaotic, now and beyond. You know, it's a small thing, but it just shows that they intend to work together.
And some great triple team action there, as Del Monte hit a small variation of the 5 Knuckles of Doom there, and Dickinson for a 2 count.
You know, outside of the beginning of the match where Cam Zagami was able to outsmart his opponents for just a second, we've seen very little miscommunication too, which is tough to say, and certainly not what we're seeing on the other side of the ring.
Dickinson in a position he doesn't often find himself in, being battered by the Logans and Del Monte. And now Brian grinding away with that headlock. Another simple but effective maneuver that most viewers may watch and not think much of, but it wears away at you. And Dickinson again choosing to stand toe-to-toe, but that's just what the Dirty Daddy does.
He's gonna fight his way out of this.
Whip into the ropes, excuse me, duck under. Big double clothesline as Dickinson and Brian are down. Who's gonna get to their corner first?
Dickinson has to get out of there. I don't think he can take much more. There's a tag.
Tag to Matt Logan. Dickinson almost there at the corner, but he's cut off. Leapfrog over, and he makes the tag to Milonas.
Oh, no.
I thought it was a double clothesline. It was just
a lot of man
force. Big suplex up and over. Sidewalk slam.
One arm.
Authority.
That was with one arm.
Impressive display from the Kingpin, who most recently in Ring of Honor is used to teaming with Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser, but he can team with anybody. Caught him. He caught him too.
Decided to try his luck, but not quite.
Caught Matt and Brian. Brutal double body slam. Del Monte with a super kick connects.
There's a tag though.
And now Cam Zagami in the ring. Up and over. Double clothesline to both Logans. Super kick misses. Nice neck breaker from Zagami, the former holder of Shikari Young Lions Cup. But that is a spine buster straight out of the Arn Anderson playbook. But you want to talk about sending someone to the mat, Milonas brings him down.
Very interesting here. Milonas standing tall in the ring. Everyone kind of just watching and waiting. No one wants to approach him.
That's what I would do. I know that's what you would do.
There's a double team.
Wheelbarrow.
We're going to see another one.
What are we going to see here? Wow! Up and over leg drop. What are we going to follow this up with? I think Milonas sees his prey. No, he's just going to go for a cover.
Yeah, but when...
And they finish it off. Valiant effort from the Mill City Hooligans, but Brian Milonas with the pin.
There's the team of Cam Zagami, Brian Milonas, and the Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson.
Well, they head into King of Trios with a big win. Thank you for joining us here at New England Mania. WWR facelift at 4:30, but we have a special bonus for you. We're gonna have a match from Nova Pro from this last Friday between Jonathan Gresham and Sage Phillips.
Ooh, that was a good one.
That was unaired on the live broadcast. So we're gonna have that for a bonus here for free, but go to Powerbomb TV, use promo code WWR Pro for 20 days free for new subscribers. But Veda Scott, thank you for joining us. You have to go get ready.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta wrestle in like half an hour.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank
For
you.
Veda Scott, I'm Paul Crockett. Let's see what Rich has to say.
So good luck to Cam Zagami, Milonas, and Chris Dickinson representing Beyond Wrestling next weekend at King of Trios. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching on Powerbomb TV, that's the end of New England Mania. Use the promo code WWR Pro. You can watch Women's Wrestling Revolution Facelift right here in about 30 minutes. We're going to start at 4:30 right here on Powerbomb TV. Thank you, Worcester. You guys are great. Everybody here ready for Women's Wrestling Revolution? We'll see you guys at 4:30. Thank you.
Our main event of the evening sees a rematch from the Old Dominion Rumble as Jonathan Gresham takes on a protege of sorts of him in Sage Phillips.
I don't think it's any surprise or secret to anyone who's been watching Nova Pro for a while that you and I both feel really strongly that Jonathan Gresham is one of the single best professional wrestlers in the world today. It's great to see him here in our main event. Sage Phillips has been really trying to make a mark. His journey in Nova Pro has been exciting. He's gotten from the preliminary matches to making it right now in what might be his first or maybe second main event in Nova Pro history, but he's still lacking a series of signature wins against top-tier opponents to really make his mark. This is a unique opportunity for him, but at the same time, I think Gresham's the best.
You've got that right. Yeah, like I said last month against Timothy Thatcher, in what was, I have to say, one of the best matches in Nova Pro history in which Gresham was victorious.
Agreed.
It really felt like it was Gresham reborn. He's no longer in the Dream Team and no longer managed by Stokely Hathaway. He is on his own, and he seems to be thriving without Stokely Hathaway, proving him and the Dream Team wrong. We'll see if he can carry that here against Sage Phillips, who, like you said, main evented with the Commonwealth Cup a couple of years ago, months ago, made it to the finals, but he hasn't been able to get that many victories otherwise, losing to Dominic Greene, Alexander James, and of course, Jonathan Gresham back in May.
I think Stokely Hathaway is a lot like a drug addiction. At first it gets you high, and then it sucks you dry. And yeah, an alliance with Stokely Hathaway might lift your stock up initially, but eventually he's going to use you and abuse you until there ain't nothing left. And I'm glad that Gresham got out from under that while he still had a lot of fire left in the tank.
Right, Gresham is now dry of his addiction, one could say. And now it seems he is still, again, thriving here. We'll see how he combats against Sage Phillips, who we talked about Marco Stunt having a great month. Sage Phillips feeling the same, got an opportunity at the Shikari Young Lions Cup just a couple of weeks ago. And now here he is once again facing Jonathan Gresham. I mentioned he's somewhat of under the tutelage of Gresham because Sage Phillips has been to several of Jonathan Gresham's camps. It's somebody Gresham has grown to know as he's taught him over time.
I think it's fair to say, you tell me if you think I'm wrong, I think it's fair to say that Gresham is fond of Phillips as well, and that wants Phillips to succeed and does think well of him. They might not be incredibly close, but there's definitely an appreciation there, and at the same time, wrestling's a weird beast because you train these people, you want them to succeed, and eventually for them to succeed, they have to supplant you. And that's a tough relationship. I think it's part of the reasons why it's really hard to get close in this business.
I think there is a bit of selflessness in Jonathan Gresham here because Jonathan Gresham is very self-aware. I won't say arrogant, but he is self-aware in that he knows that if Sage Phillips is wrestling him, it puts him on a whole nother level. Just to be associated with him in a match like this puts Sage Phillips on a level a cut above some of the other competition of people of his experience. He wants him to be able to have that experience of being in the ring with him. However, he will not let Sage Phillips beat him, that's for sure.
No, take a look at this. Rockabye baby Sage. You're about to go. Oh, wow, look at that. Spinning around. Sage Phillips ending up on top in a pinning position. Looks like he took a lot of notes in class, and it's paying off. It's just a weird dynamic, though, because you think of somebody like Gresham, who's such a great trainer, and he is training these next generations, and at the same time, then they go up to fight him, and you want to teach people to be good, and at the same time, how much do you want to give away everything that you know when you know eventually you're going to be facing these people on their way up the card? It's just a very complicated dynamic.
Well, not to mention, yes, he's teaching him, but in some ways they run in similar circles, but also different circles. Sage Phillips runs in circles that Gresham doesn't, and vice versa. So it's not as if even if they watch all the tape in the world, they won't know exactly what the other is bringing to the ring each and every time.
No, and Gresham is world traveled at this point, and I think that's really what Sage wants to do next. Sage is starting to figure out how to make his way across the country, but he hasn't really gotten that worldwide experience, and that is where Jonathan Gresham is at. You're starting to see him pop up in all sorts of different countries on tours, going up against international talent, and then coming back and bringing that experience here to places like Nova Pro and a lot of other Powerbomb TV affiliate promotions. Look at these two just bouncing each other back and forth like a game of Pinball Wizard right here in the middle of this ring.
These two men are not budging. Who will be the first to go down in this battle of shoulder tackles? Just as I put the period on my sentence, Jonathan Gresham gets the better of Sage Phillips.
And yeah, technically Sage went down first, but it's not like Gresham was on his feet a lot longer. It's
no, certainly
Pyrrhic
not.
Victory at best. Busted that one out of the old vocabulary noggin.
We're all very impressed.
Thank you. That's why I'm here. It's a validation.
Yeah, what's interesting about Jonathan Gresham is he is very well-traveled, and he spent a considerable amount of time France, England, Germany, even Japan. But people asked him, hey, man, you were making a great living. You were wrestling so many experienced people overseas. Why'd you come back to America? And his answer was very simple. I want to be the best in my home country. There is something to be said to coming home and proving to everybody you are the best. And that's something I think Gresham has achieved, becoming the first Powerbomb TV independent champion. But it's not something that he is going to rest on his laurels with. And I think he sees something in Sage Phillips and the growth is going to give him a second chance.
No, I don't think it's unfair to call it the elephant in the room. I think a part of the reason he went over to those other countries is because for a long time, it really felt like the deck was stacked against Gresham just because of his size, and that even with his talent, his ability to win, he just wasn't being put into high-profile matches purely based on that. And he came back, and he sort of set it up so that he could undeniable talent would not... he will not be held back anymore. And you see the difference. You see the matches he's found himself in. He's just not letting that define him by other people's standards. He is such a phenomenal professional wrestler. He can beat people twice, 3 times his size. He can beat people smaller. He can beat people bigger. He's Jonathan Gresham. He is the mollusk mauler. He is the cephalopod striker. He is the god darn octopus. He's the man, baby.
And we say all these great things about Jonathan Gresham. How impressive is it that Sage Phillips is going toe-for-toe, hold-for-hold with somebody the caliber of Gresham right now?
I think Sage Phillips is in some ways the unsung story of all of Nova Pro. Look at this. I say it every time I see a Sage Phillips mask. One of the things I think is his greatest strength and his greatest weakness is how malleable Sage Phillips is and how he tries to fight the match the style of his opponent and beat them at their game. It means he's a chameleon, but it also means he's constantly going against people at the top of their skill sets and trying to match them with what they do. He goes power with power guys, he goes technique with technique guys, he goes air with high flyers. Now he's trying to go hold to hold with Gresham and holding his own. He keeps getting better every time. Complete shot right there. Wisely, Gresham rolls right out of the ring.
Friendly reminder that Sage Phillips, just a couple months ago, this very building, defeated Jimmy Jacobs.
Absolutely!
That speaks to the type of competitor Phillips is, and honestly, I see so much of a young Jonathan Gresham in Sage Phillips.
Yeah, but hopefully he won't have to go through all the barriers that Gresham did, because Gresham has started to systematically break them down for people of his ilk. There we go. Sage Phillips looking for one of the biggest wins of his career. I'd put this on par with a Jimmy Jacobs-style situation.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, Sage Phillips earned so much respect from fans who didn't already respect him with that victory, and I think defeating Jonathan Gresham puts him at a whole nother level. Heck, I'd argue it puts him right there in the top contention for the Powerbomb TV Independent Championship, whether that be Shotzi Blackheart, Jordan Grace, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams in a month or so.
How complicated does it get if it is actually Gresham that wins this match, if it is Jordan Grace that becomes the Powerbomb TV Championship, and then Jonathan Gresham is going for that title?
I'll say this. I have seen them wrestle before, and I think you just you have to leave that personal relationship behind. Much like these two, as friends, with the mentor relationship that they have to leave that behind once they get into the ring, and they are adversaries, they are foes. And I understand it's different with the wife and husband relationship, but
look at that Hurricane Rana.
I think all of these competitors are so steeped in competition that they will not be denied, and they will work as hard as they can.
Looks like Gresham has picked his body part for the night. Sorry, Sage, your knee is on the menu. The octopus will feast. I don't know if they're putting this relationship aside, though. If I know Sage, and I do know Sage a little bit, I think the fact that this man has been like a mentor to him is fueling him. I don't think you can put that out of his mind. I think this is an extra chip on his shoulder to show that he hangs at this tier. I think that personal relationship fuels the fire. And maybe Gresham can stay that professional, but I think Sage always fights a little harder when he feels like he's got something to prove and when it's a little personal. You saw his wars against Greene.
Right. And I think that's really changed him for the better. Has Sage. It allows him to bring out that killer instinct that many think he may have been lacking in those matches. And I think, man, that's something that I've seen Gresham do in the past. Maybe under you know what? Let's put it simply. That's a Stokely Hathaway move right there.
Yeah, well, learn from the best and Stokely's
old habits and so forth.
But he is a smart man. And there's Phillips getting to the rope. Gresham holding on just a moment, but then letting go. Clean break. Job well done by Gresh.
Even the crowd has to acknowledge it, even if some of them don't like it. And this is a crowd who seems to really respect both of these competitors.
Yeah, what you saw Gresham do wasn't even underhanded, going for a pinfall, only one. It wasn't underhanded, it wasn't cheating, it was just he suckered. It was Sage Phillips into this idea of who's going to top the other person, and then went in a totally different direction.
You know, it was unkind. It was unsportsmanlike of Gresham. That's what I think.
I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I think it was unkind. I don't know if it was unsportsmanlike. He set up a scenario, and then he turned the scenario on it. Oh, Phillips' knee just went out.
I mean, we saw how much damage Gresham has done so far, systematically targeting that knee.
Okay, now
it's going to take your toll.
Now it might be unsportsmanlike. Yeah. Now I'm with you. Now it's a very obvious active injury. We already saw a ref stoppage earlier tonight in Greene versus Crew. I don't know. Ow! If Sage is going to be able to continue, if there's extensive damage done to that knee.
I mean, that's a bullseye, man. Jonathan Gresham, he is like a shark going for blood. He is the best at picking apart a body part that I've seen of any competitor, maybe ever, in the history of professional wrestling.
Less like a shark and more like an octopus, but okay. You know, you were under the sea. I see.
Yeah, I was going to say they are kindred spirits of the ocean.
They're aquatic. But certainly, they just chopped his knee. Oh,
and you know what? I believe he did that to Timothy Thatcher last month as well. When the match wasn't going the way it did for him, that's what he started doing, was chopping that knee. And I think maybe this match isn't going as well as he thought it was going to go at this point, and he's going back to what worked last month.
Or he's just finding something new in his arsenal that can work for everybody. I mean, it's such a great point for look at the power of Sage Phillips! Muscling Gresham over and putting so much weight on that already injured knee.
Yeah, how he could stand, how he could base for that with so much damage in his knee is beyond me.
You talk about that fighting spirit, and that was just a prime example. That knee is killing Phillips. You can barely get up, but when he had to get out of that hold, he was able to summon some kind of inner strength. You know, this is what suckered Phillips in earlier, was going toe-to-toe in a strike fest. I don't know if it's a good idea to get back into this, especially when you have such a clear, like you said, a target on it.
Right. I think Sage Phillips has sort of brought him into this, so maybe make Gresham momentarily forget about that target. But that back elbow rocked him good.
I think the biggest thing that came out of the rivalry and the wars between Greene and Phillips is just how much better of a striker Phillips had to be to go against Greene. You just see there's so much more impact on all of his hits these days. Oh, wow, what a bridge! And only a 2 count. And Sage powering into some sort of double underhook. And Phillips ducks underneath, gets the roll up. And Gresham just gets out at 2. Phillips going for that roll up again. And a third time may not be the charm. So he gets a different kind of pin predicament. These guys are just going to try and finish this match at this point.
Wow, look at that. He just caught him with a complete shot as he ran towards him. Pulls him over. Might be going for like an anaconda vice of sorts.
I think you're exactly right.
How big would this be for Sage, and also a little bit humiliating for Gresham would it be if he were able to tap out the submission master?
I was about to say, a victory is one thing, but what a statement it would be to tap out Jonathan Gresham right here in Nova Pro. That's a hell of a resume builder. Gresham able to power through.
What's interesting to me is seeing the fans captivated by this contest. They are watching a human chess match unfold before their very eyes.
And it's hard to tell who has who in check right now. Obviously, the knee is a major weak point for Phillips, but overall, Gresham seems to be a lot the worse for wear in that upper body. And he seems a little bit more tired, too. Oh, Phillips likes to go off the ropes for a lot of these moves, and he just isn't able to get the momentum because the knee won't support the run. A lot of standing switches here, a lot of go-behinds. Jockey for position.
That knee made all the difference in that standing switch.
He's got to play defense. He has to play a better defense. I don't think that Sage is doing poorly on offense.
Look at
he's
that.
Not doing defense.
He couldn't muster much offense right there because his knee is so banged up. And now he's got a grip. He's got that ankle lock. Sage Phillips has to be in excruciating pain right now.
He's got that ankle lock, and it's a really easy thing to transfer into something that puts even more pressure on the knee if he has to.
Oh, sure, he can grapevine the leg. He can start smashing that knee into the canvas. We've seen that before out of him. This could just be a taste of what's to come for poor Sage Phillips.
There we go, just like we were talking. Oh, no.
He has it captured as he grabs a waistlock once again.
It looks like he's going for some kind of suplex here. Oh! Managing to both put pressure on the neck and back and knee at the same time. Going into a bridge and just gets the 2 count. That's the kind of creativity that Jonathan Gresham brings. I don't know if there's anybody more adaptable than Gresham.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Thank you.
It's because he's put in the work, the time, and the effort to build such a
breadth of knowledge,
a toolbox.
Yes.
Where he can assess the situation and pull out exactly what he needs in that moment, and if that's not working, he'll pull out yet another tool and see if that works instead.
He's never slow, but he's also never in a rush. You know what I mean? Like, Jonathan Gresham is working a match at his pace, and it's a fast pace, but it's his pace. He does not often get suckered into making a mistake. Oh, Sage is in double jeopardy here too. The second he tries to get any relief from that knee and lay down on the mat, he's at risk for a pinfall. There's just nowhere to go.
And you know Gresham knows that. He's just so smart.
I think the only way, well, there's 2 ways. If Phillips can somehow power to the ropes, but the other option, he's got to like hit Gresham so hard that Gresham's forced to let go. Or the opposite of this. The opposite of this is what Phillips needs.
Yeah.
He needs to do that to Gresham. Inching ever closer to that bottom rope. Why? I don't know why that wasn't a release of the hold.
I think the referee's trying to. Gresham's really, really bending the rules here.
He's really got him locked in.
He's smirking.
Oh
my God. This is something I've seen him use against guys like Flip Gordon to retain the Powerbomb TV Independent Champion at the time when he was the champion. This is a relentless, evil side of Gresham. This is where he is out for blood. This is when he might be permanently doing some damage to Sage Phillips, all for the sake of a win.
It's not might. He is doing permanent damage.
So somebody who admires him, somebody who looks up to him.
Someone he likes. Just imagine. Oh. Did he just try and get someone's number?
Don't tell him.
It's on Powerbomb TV, man. That was not smart.
Steeler login. Anyways.
And it looks like Gresham would be fine with a count out.
Which again seems to be quite a rare thing for him nowadays. I thought these days of Jonathan Gresham were behind us. And that's not just anger, that is personal offense that Sage Phillips got back into what Jonathan Gresham feels is his ring.
Especially after what he just did to him. You know, you said he'd bust that out on special occasions. That's meant to be the end, and Sage Phillips likes to write his own endings.
It's not even special occasion, it's something that I thought it was in the past. Almost had him.
Yeah.
Out of desperation, almost going there.
And there we
Pure
go.
dynamite, no.
Almost gets a 2 count, and Phillips desperately trying to mount some kind of offense on one leg, and he just can't seem to get it going, but he does right there!
He's got him! Wow. So close, yet so far for Sage Phillips.
There's only so many opportunities he's going to get right now. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, with the way his knee is, that might be the only chance he gets to do that.
You see it in his eyes, too. I think he knows. He's in the deep end right now. There's always a chance. There's always an opportunity, but Sage's got to find a way to capitalize. He's got to find a way to even it up. That's the thing right now. It's not just how bad of a shape Sage is in. It's that he needs to get Gresham some kind of equal disadvantage to level the playing field. Oh! Okay, you drop a man right on his head. That's one way to get that advantage. Jesus.
Stringing those suplexes together.
The neck is not supposed to take that kind of punishment. A 4th German in a row, and he's still maintaining waist control. Sage isn't letting go. I think he's going for another one. No, and keeping Gresham away from the ropes, trying to force him off of it. He's got him locked, and a 5th suplex, this time with a bridge.
Yeah, had those arms straight jacketed as he pulled off that German suplex.
5 Germans in a row.
And this contest keeps going.
Sage Phillips is so good.
How is he? I mean,
He's just so good.
that had to take so much damage.
Double underhook brainbuster right there. And Gresham, such a pro, you see immediately he rolls to the side of the ring.
And with great ease, he just places his foot on that bottom rope, and that's the end of Sage's victory, hopes, and dreams.
And that's all experience. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that is
100%.
entirely experience.
Yeah,
That is-
you don't get that. That's something you just have to develop over time.
You have to put in the miles. You have to put in the hits. You have to get dropped in the head.
That's something you need to experience over and over and over again.
Yes. You can't teach experience any other way but life. And that's just the thing, is that Jonathan Gresham has had more life experience than Sage Phillips has, in the ring and out of the ring.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is. And that's why it's always going to be a higher mountain for Sage to climb in a match like this. It doesn't mean he can't do it.
No.
It's just acknowledging he has disadvantages and he has to overcome them.
But look how far he's come in this match already. Did you think we'd see him get this far? He'd exhaust himself and Gresham in the pursuit of this victory?
I'm not surprised necessarily. Sage Phillips is just someone who every time I see him, he gets better. That's the most you can ask, you know what I mean? Like, he just keeps getting better. He keeps holding his own. He's in the main event right now. You know, this guy started on the first match of a pre-show. He had a knee injury. Let's not forget that, too. He was out. This is an injury that has been, it took him out of action for close to a year. That is what Jonathan Gresham is doing. He's aggravating and bringing back memories of this entire period of Sage's life when he might not have had a career at all anymore.
Right. I mean, he is bringing back one of the worst periods, not only of his career, but of his life, where he could not do and pursue what he loved for a significant period of time.
He's very, very conscious of that. This is not just a physical game. This is a head game. And again, we've been here before, and you see...
He's tapping, but he's also holding on to the ropes. So I think he's just trying to kind of get some energy to muster himself up, fire himself up.
Todd's got to get Gresham to let go. It has been more than 5 seconds. He has been in this hold in the ropes. Like, get him off of him. This is kind of an ugly side of Gresham, I have to say.
I'm telling you, given their relationship, I was not expecting this side of Jonathan Gresham in this match. I'm genuinely very surprised to see this.
Yeah, no, it's and Sage just is not giving up. You see it in Gresham's face that he's calling for the end. I think he thinks that we're at the end game here.
Yeah, for sure.
Unfortunately, I don't think Sage RSVP'd to that particular party, and he plans to keep the night going a little bit longer. And I think he just sent that memo to Gresham, and there he is.
He was stunned to turn around and see Sage Phillips looking him right in the eyes.
Sage Phillips
asking for more.
Is going to be a main event player if it kills him. That's how important this is. He's going to leave here tonight. He might go straight to the hospital. If he's smart, he should, no matter what, just to get this checked out.
Sure.
But he is going to be a main event player. If you're a professional wrestler and you're watching this, I want you to take a good look at Sage Phillips right now, because this is the heart, this is the fortitude, this is what it takes to play at this level and to be a main event player on Powerbomb TV. And
whoa!
Jesus, ever-loving Christ. Oh, God! He just spiked him right on his head.
Jason, the game has changed in this match.
Jonathan Gresham just went to a 5th level.
The tempo of this match has changed. The mood in the room has changed.
Gresham does not give a F about your dreams. Gresham is gonna win.
He's poised on the top rope.
Oh! And Sage sacrifices his own body, his weakened knees, in order to keep this match going. But how much more damage did he just take?
He had to think very quickly of that trade-off.
Second Shining Wizard, tactical risk. Oh, brainbuster. Almost.
But he holds onto the leg, and back he goes to this figure 4.
And he's one more time to this figure 4. He's got him positioned well. His entire upper body is facing away from the rope.
I think Sage reversed the momentum.
Yeah.
I mean, look, now it's Gresham who's reaching for the ropes.
You know, I said this once before when it was Sage against LaRoe, when he was going up for that the PWI Ultra J Championship at one point, and I was like, you got to take this moment. This is your chance, and this is that same kind of moment. Sage. Yes!
Oh my God!
Yes! Yes! Oh my God!
I am in shock.
The time was 27 minutes and 19 seconds. The winner by submission, Sage Phillips.
As far as I am concerned, Sage Phillips is a made man here in Nova Pro. He just took on who might be the best wrestler in the world and made him tap. I hope that man goes to the hospital right now, and I hope that someone gives him a glass of champagne first. This might be the defining moment of this young man's life.